पॉलिसी बाजार पर 1 करोड़ रुपए का टर्म लाइफ इंश्योरेंस केवल 450 रुपए महीने से शुरू।
Vinamra, I think perhaps the most shocking aspect of all of this, which Air India is now trying to fix, is the fact that immediately after the passenger landed, he wasn't arrested. Isn't this a glaring sort of violation or of the rules? Is it not an expectation that action would be taken upon landing?
Okay, thank you for having me on the show, Vishnu. So 2 things. Before I get into what the rules say and what should have been done and allegedly wasn't done, you see, there's one thing that we sort of need to bear in mind before, which is an aspect which I think is key to how this would sort of, play out going forward. Now, you see, was it because this person concerned, did they board the aircraft intoxicated? Question number 1, we don't know. Was too much alcohol served on board because of which they became intoxicated? Again, we don't know. More importantly, you see, there could be medical sort of conditions, and by no way, I must stress that, I'm not privy to what happened, and by no way am I being the devil's advocate here, but I'm just stating facts that, there could be certain actions which were triggered by a mental illness or even a medical condition. So that is something that, nobody is sort of dwelled on and which may or may not be key. Now, secondly, getting to the point of, how these incidents of unruly passengers, that is how the Director General of Civil Aviation sort of, that's the nomenclature for such passengers. So there is a procedure to report such incidents, and I'll read this out to you the way it's written down by the DGCA. So they say all incidents are to be reported to the Director Air Safety Headquarters, which is in Delhi, which is the Cabin Safety Division, and in addition to this, to the Director Air Safety, Regional Controller Air Safety, in whose region the flight lands after the incident.
No, but Vinamra, let me interrupt you there. A couple of points. If a passenger urinates on a co-passenger, is the captain of that flight not bound to tell air traffic control at the destination of where he is landing that I've had a very serious disturbance on board and there needs to be someone at the gate in terms of police? And as far as finding out if a person has mental issues, this, that and the other, perhaps that can happen later on. But shouldn't there be action right away? In this particular case, the passenger walked until now, when it was brought to, and that's bizarre.
No, absolutely. That is bizarre indeed. But what I was trying to tell you was, you see, this information of such incidents should immediately, it's required by the DGCA that such information, apart from the fact that, the commander of the aircraft should ideally have reported, this to staff in Delhi, and, CISF officials should have met the aircraft. Apart from that, even the DGCA has got to be informed immediately, and which is telephonically, and written information should be provided to them within 12 hours of landing of the aircraft.